Castro, Democrat from Texas, a member of the House Foreign Affairs and House Intelligence Committees. Congressman, is this obstruction of justice?
If the reports are true, it absolutely is.
And what does that mean?
It means if the evidence bears out that there was obstruction of justice, I think you likely will see the Congress go down the road of impeachment.
You really think so?
I believe so. I believe that the events of this past week, if they're confirmed, have really opened people's eyes, not that they shouldn't have been opened before, but you really hear more Republican members of Congress even commenting that we need to get to the bottom of this, requests for independent prosecutors, requests for subpoenas. So I think we're finally turning a corner.
What is this is perhaps a slightly strange question, but what is the working environment in that building like right now? I mean, you're watching members of Congress come meetings, you guys have, busy schedules, you're dealing with legislative priorities, you're talking to constituents, and then finding out these remarkable bombshells seemingly hour after hour. What is it like there right now?
Very tense. People now are living in a world where they're bombarded with major news either every day or every few days. It's been a very strange experience. But, as I've said, we need to get to the bottom of it. I would say that we give James Comey and the FBI 72 hours to produce those memos, and if they aren't produced, then we should subpoena them. Same thing with the White House. Give them 72 hours to produce those tapes. If they aren't produced, then we should subpoena those tapes. The American people are tired of people just expressing concern and offering words. They want the Congress to take action, and we should go ahead and do that.
And I would imagine you would agree with members of both parties who are saying that Comey should come and testify under oath in open hearing.
Absolutely. The other important part of this is that as much of it as possible should be declassified, and as much as possible should be done out in the open so that the American people have confidence. No matter what their political persuasion, they have confidence in this process.
Do you have confidence right now that with the acting director, Andrew McCabe, at the FBI, that the integrity of whatever their investigation in its current state can be preserved?
So far, it's obviously very early in his tenure, but he's not given me a serious reason to believe that his judgment is in question, so I don't want to take a shot at him right now.
I just want to make sure that I'm getting this from you, because obviously this is something that Democrats have been cagey on for very understandable reasons. It's the ultimate constitutional remedy. But what I'm hearing from you is if it is borne out that the president did what is asserted in this memo, which is to say, ask essentially to end this investigation, that would be obstruction of justice, and you believe that's an impeachable offense?
I believe so. That's something that, of course, would be debated. And as I mentioned, this is a deliberative body, so the evidence has to bear that out. That in conjunction with the fact that a few days ago on national television, the president said that when he made the decision to fire the FBI director, he had foremost on his mind the Russia investigation. And then later his spokesperson said, or perhaps before that, his spokesperson said that part of the reason that James Comey was fired is because they wanted to bring that investigation to a conclusion. That sounds like obstruction of justice. If that's the case, then the Congress, I believe, will move to impeach the president.
Last question. You say will move, but of course, Democrats do not have a majority in the House. Impeachment originates in the House. House leadership and the Republican Party has shown no interest in that, and seems like it's the furthest thing from their mind. You think that's going to change?
I think you're seeing it change slowly. I do believe that some of it is overdue in terms of being aware and acknowledging the deeply troubling behavior by this president. But in the last few weeks, I do think that we've started to turn a corner.
To that point, I should say we've tried to get Republicans on tonight, had a few lined up, but they could not make it in the end. Congressman Joaquin Castro, thank you for joining us.